we go. We should be live also on YouTube now. So whenever Glenn is ready and you guys are ready, you can start it.
I'm ready. Is the
All
team ready?
set? Yep.
Awesome. Let's start the recording and I'll introduce you. Okay, good afternoon to the Wellcoin Talk community. Today we have an AMA with KryptView. KryptView is a community-driven research platform for projects. It provides crypto aficionados an end-to-end platform that rewards them for sharing, reviewing, validating or refuting reviews on digital assets. We can go into a lot more about shortly, but first can we find out a bit about the core team's background and experience, Sam? That would be great.
Yeah, of course. So KryptView has been co-founded by Florent and I. Our background is mainly investment banking, and traditional finance. We worked in a firm that manages that we used to work in a firm that manages over 900 billion of euros under in terms of assets. So our background is mainly finance and investment, and also due diligence and scoring of companies. So that's for the co-founders. Then we have another partner who's called Adeline. She's our head of legal. She has experience in company restructuring and law, and that is a key point because crypto is an emerging sector with a lot of gray areas when it comes to legal frameworks, and that is something very important to cover from the get-go when you launch your company. And we're an incorporated company in France. We're regulated. So we're, just to give you maybe a sense of the seriousness of the project. When it comes to the technical team, we're working with 2 startup studios, and we have a CTO in residence with a startup studio called Matters. He's Antoine. He's actually the guy who coded the platform with the support of a team of developers. And the platform is both on-chain and off-chain. And on the off-chain side, we work with a startup studio called Smart Chain, who helped to develop the main smart contracts that enable the platform. When it comes to a community and acquisition, we have 2 people with us, Celine and Noélie, who are in charge of the user acquisition, the community management. And since the community is really at the center of our project, we spend a lot of time both giving the right tools to analyze a project and really really making sure that all our community members are looked after and on an individual basis, and most of our community members will probably confirm that if you hop on our Discord or any other of our socials. Of course, we have a team of advisors that range from crypto experts to founders of traditional companies. We have among our advisors, Fabien, who co-founded a company that's worth over 2 billion now. We've got people from crypto, people from VC firms such as Sarah Fund. All of that is, of course, available on our website, www.kryptview.com. Maybe I added a W there, but so that's the overview of the team.
Okay, awesome. So if we could just maybe go into an introduction for our community investors about KryptView and what's available for investors and for providers in the future that can look at projects as it's a community-driven research platform.
Of course. I'm going to share with you just a supporting presentation that kind of outlines the main features of the project. So basically, when we launched KryptView, we looked at the market and we were very excited. When we started the project, we were very excited by the potential that tokens bring as an asset class. They can be both a way for companies all across the world to raise money, but also to enable products and solutions or services. The problem with that is that you have some serious projects that are in a noise of a lot of scams and non-serious projects that come in there and make it hard for serious projects to emerge. But also that constitutes a risk for crypto users who want to put money in projects. So we started thinking about, okay, what's the best way to kind of diffuse this whole scamming in crypto and help people learn more about how to analyze a project. So when we looked at the solutions that were available in the market, we realized that most platforms actually market data points and information that really only allows you to perform technical analysis. Technical analysis is basically analysis of momentums in buying or selling, but it can't really tell you if a project is serious or not. Let's say that tomorrow, tulips or I don't know, something random becomes extremely fashionable, then maybe the TA is going to show something great. Does it fundamentally have value? Probably not. So we really, really believe in the power of fundamental analysis. And that's how we built our platform. So basically, in a nutshell, what KryptView allows you to do is it allows any user to share structured research in under 10 minutes. And get rewarded. That research is then validated by other community members who also get rewarded for validating or rejecting a research. And all that research is then stored and structured in a platform that is, with all the data, made accessible to all the users. And what this does basically is that, let's say I research a project, you research a project, 10 people in the community, or let's say 246 people here research projects on KryptView, then we will all have done one research on one project, but we'll be able to share all that information all together, be rewarded for our time, but also save time, because we don't have to every time do the research all over again, go through all the websites, and all the data is structured on the platform. I'll show you the platform afterwards, but basically you have all the information you need for any project. Let's say you want to see all the projects that are in the metaverse with the team docs, with the legal structure incorporated in Europe or the US or what have you. KryptView gives you that information, tells you what the community thinks about it, and why the community thinks that this project is strong, medium, weak, or junk project. So that's in a nutshell what KryptView is, and you can probably view it as, the kind of trust pilot of KryptView, merged with a model that looks like basically what you have on Crunchbase or platforms of similar to that. So that's the quick introduction. I can go on, or if you have another question, we can go that way as well.
To the research wizard. So you've got a community research peer-to-peer research framework. It's inspired by professional investors' scoring methodologies. I was wondering if them professionals are on the team, or you took it in general from crypto to make the research wizard.
So basically, the way we made the research wizard, I'm going to share with you actually the platform that we used for the previous. So we ran a first alpha testing with our users, some community members, and they kind of used it and had an experience with it, and I'll be able to show you how we built all of this. So of course, the first thing that is pretty important is that we do have a product that is running before even, starting to talk about any ICO. And this was very important to us to kind of differentiate ourselves from the project that sell you, a lot of beautiful ideas based on, only on slides. But here we wanted to actually deliver on our vision and show you what we want to do and for you to be able to use it. To come back to your question, which is very interesting. So we built what we call a research wizard that allows you to analyze any project looking at 6 fundamental pillars, which are the team and advisors, the ecosystem and competition, the token and tokenomics, the project, the social and environmental responsibility, and the traction and community. The way we built this framework, we built it so that anyone, regardless of his knowledge in crypto or in investment or in research, could build a research in a few minutes. And basically what we did is we took our experience, Florent and I, but also Adeline, Céline, so on and so forth. And then we started thinking, okay, what are the main factors that are going to drive the success of a business, a project, or a company? We used part of the frameworks that we used to do when we invested in large companies in our previous jobs. We went to look for external partners, notably like the Argentinian Development Agency on the social and environmental responsibility. We talked to a lot of partners. We talked to advisors. I'm going to show you some advisors that actually helped us make this happen. And basically, we built a database of scoring questions and data points that you should be looking at when you analyze a project. And we have like founders, this is the president of the Bitcoin Association in France. This is the founder of a 2 billion valued startup. This is the CEO of a blockchain startup studio who launched the first DEX in the Tezos blockchain, so on and so forth. So we built this framework with, a lot of questions and relying on the experience of a lot of people. And what this framework is going to tell you, you can either choose to rate all the blocks, and the more blocks you rate, the higher the reward. But let's say you just watch the AMA of a project and you want to update the project part. The platform is then going to ask you a series of questions. Has the team indicated this vision in a properly structured white paper? Is there a use case? What's the project type? What is the project status? Is it an alpha? Is it a beta? Is it fully working? Is there a legal structure? Where is the legal structure located? And in real time, the platform is going to ask you a series of questions. And every time you indicate a variable, the platform is going to associate a number of points to this project and score it accordingly. Once you click on add a prediction, you can add your prediction, basically your price goal. And if this price goal reaches within 1 month, you get extra rewards. Then you indicate your general feeling about the token, and then you click on publish, or you save it as a draft and you can come back to it later. What this looks like, if you look at some of our users, here a user is called Kidoze Mike, posted the full research on Sandbox, saying what he thinks, why he thinks it's good, his target price, and then some components of his research. Sandbox is kind of a first mover. Is it easy to replicate? Not so easy. So that's a good point for the competition, the easy switch, so on and so forth. So basically, all these data points are going to appear here on this. This is an interesting part because in one glimpse of an eye, you can see what the community thinks about a given project. So here, the community thinks that the project Sandbox is strong too. Our rating scale ranges from junk to strong. And every time you have 3 notches in this. And you can see that, okay, what's the detail of this rate, strong to? You can see that the community agrees. There is a strong consensus around team and advisors. And when I say there is a strong consensus, is that we show you all the gray points are the individual research posted by every single user. And then the purple point is the average of the opinions. And then basically, you can see that the community agrees on team and advisors, they agree on traction and community, and they agree on project. You can see that the community, there is a debate. There is not such a clear consensus on ecosystem and competition and social and environmental responsibility. And that can be explained pretty easily, because when you look at the data points that are here below, you can see that the ecosystem and competition, when it comes to metaverse project, became extremely competitive in the past months because, a lot of people want to enter this field that is the metaverse. And then when it comes to social and environmental responsibility, well, the environmental impact of the usage of a proof of work blockchain is not clear, as well as the overall impact of a metaverse project is not clear. Some of those impacts are positive, some of them are negative. And all these gray points are not built on, subjective declarations. People, to be able to rate strong, medium, junk weak, have to answer a series of questions that are very objective. So, for instance, for social and environmental responsibility, what is the blockchain that is used? Do you have user privacy measures? What is the gender equality in the team? Does it comply with the UN SDG? What is the environmental impact? Do you have some charity funds that are dedicated to the project? So on and so forth. And basically, this helps us build an analysis that is not relying on an opinion, but rather on the analysis of several data points. I hope that makes it clear. And of course, on top of all this fundamental data, you have all the data that you can find on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and all the other platforms that you guys are probably using. But the idea here was to put everything on a single platform and make the data decentralized and community driven, but also rewarded.
Great, it's awesome. And KryptView community portfolios enable community members to share up to 3 virtual portfolios. So it's cool in a way because people want to be involved, because it's like a competitive fantasy sort of league. How are you going to do with crypto? You're reviewing and picking a virtual portfolio as well. But you earn KVT tokens when outperforming the crypto market. So I was wondering what sort of parameters there are there, or performing better than the average investor. Will there be like a league table, top 10, top 100 investors who can earn KVT tokens?
Oh, that is an awesome question. Thank you very much. So I am gonna go and share with you another screen that is gonna help you understand how we're building the kind of competitive and how we curate our members, if you want. So when you're going to be on the platform, any action that you perform within the KryptView platform is going to grant you both reward points and experience points. The reward points, it's very easy to understand. They are converted at the end of every week into KVTs. And basically, the more you contribute, the more you earn. It's as easy as that. And on the white paper, you can find the exact mathematics behind how we calculate the reward for every single user in our community. Alongside that reward point system, you have an experience point system. The experience point system, every action on the platform is going to grant you XPs. Like in any game, if some of you are gamers, you're going to earn XPs, and the XPs are going to then be converted into ranks. And you can see here that the ranks range from bronze to elite. And basically, the higher you climb the ranking system, the easier for you it is going to post and earn rewards. So let's say I am a bronze, I need 10 reviews from the community and 60% approval for one of my research to get validated and for me to earn rewards. If, let's say, you are a master, you only need 3 community reviews, but the same rate of approval. And why do we have implemented this? And it's very simple. It's because experienced users, people who actually are senior on the platform, have been using it for several months, are more, trustworthy. And basically, everyone can earn a spot here as long as you contribute. And the more you contribute, the easier it is for you to contribute, and the easier for you it is to earn. At the same time, this whole system ensures that the community is going to be geared towards experienced users, and therefore will hopefully aggregate higher quality content, because it makes it easier for highly experienced users. And also you have that another system, which is higher experienced members weigh in more on the review process, because experienced users need to be able to basically kind of control what is posted on the platform and have a stronger say on what should be approved or rejected. And keep in mind that this is very easy to do, even if it's scary. During our alpha, in under a week, our first alpha, in under a week, I think 3 or 4 people reached the Master 3 rank. Of course, these guys were absolutely crazy analysts and they spent a lot of time. But basically, the feedback that we received was, before they used to have an Excel and then do the research and enter everything on the Excel. And right now with KryptView, they drop the Excel, they do their research, they enter the information on KryptView, and whether they end up buying the token or not, they didn't waste time because they will earn a reward, whatever happens for doing that research. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's awesome. I was looking over the validators and contributors to lock a predefined amount of tokens on the platform to be allowed to share research. Would that be in a dollar amount? So if the price was rising, they wouldn't have to pay more to access the research. And also, you're going to have a monthly and yearly subscription. You can pay in fiat. Where would the profits from the subscription packages go? Would that go back into the project?
Of course. So this is basically it's a great question, and it's basically strongly related to the economics of the project, both the tokenomics and the economics of the project. Let me share with you another document that is going to really help you understand that very, very quickly. So here, all right, I'm going to share the screen here. So basically, the token relies on 4 main aspects, which is the locking, the staking, the subscription, where here it's called fiat contribution, and the research bounties. And the idea here is that anyone that enters the KryptView community or ecosystem has to contribute to the community, whether it's financially or in terms of research, so on and so forth. So let's deep dive in the first mechanism, which is the locking. Any user who wishes to post research, review research, and therefore earn tokens has to lock a certain amount of tokens on the platform. That is not a dollar amount, it's an amount in KVTs. So basically, if you want to access the platform and earn, like you would do with the play to earn game, the only thing you need to do is you need to purchase the KVT and lock it on the platform. Once you lock it on the platform, there is a smart contract that instantly mints a non-transferable NFT, and that non-transferable NFT acts as your key to the platform. Why did we do this? It's very simple. We needed a barrier to entry to deter bots and basically people who just want to chill tokens. And basically the way this works is that the longer you commit to the platform, the lower is going to be the locking amount. So let me give you a few figures to explain. If you want to try out the platform for, let's say, a month, you're going to have to lock $500 worth of KVTs on the platform. That is not a cost, because once you unlock your tokens, you get your tokens back and you can sell them, but you lose the access to the platform. Let's say this time that you're sure that you're going to use KryptView, you're going to post all your research on KryptView, and you want to earn more KVTs, you can decide to lock your tokens during 1 year and therefore unlock the platform for a year, have access to the platform for a year. And therefore, the platform is only going to ask you $200 worth of KVTs, if that makes sense. So here, this system basically makes that people have skin in the game while rewarding people who commit long-term to the project. And also, it creates a demand pressure on the token. The more users we have, the more people will buy the token. The more information we have on the token, the more people want to access this information. Normally, more people should buy the token because it's a prerequisite to accessing the platform. Then to directly go to your question around the monthly subscription, well, you have people who actually are experienced enough to post research and contribute, and you have other people who are there only to read. And maybe these people do not want to buy $200 worth of KBTs, but they only want to access the platform, which is the research and the portfolio models, and basically see what the community is doing. This is typically people who are new in crypto and want to have a better understanding of DeFi, Web3, and what the high potential tokens are doing out there. And these people will have an access to the platform through a monthly subscription. And then that monthly subscription is then 70% of it is a platform fee and registered as revenue for KryptView. And then 30% interacts with the liquidity pool and essentially buys tokens and send part of them to the reward and staking pool that is in charge of paying the community, and 10% are removed from the circulating supply. So this is on the paid subscription. We've got two other mechanisms, which is a staking mechanism for people who do not want to sell the tokens they earned straight away on the platform. People who typically believe in the project and are not comfortable with selling basically the tokens they have just earned. And then you have a last system, which is pretty innovative, where people can, token issuers or token teams can create a research bounty on the platform. Basically, a research bounty on the platform is a project that has just launched, for instance, and wants to gain visibility without doing traditional advertising. And basically, they will be able to create a bounty saying, okay, if you rate my project, you'll get double rewards on KryptView. And to be able to create this research bounty, they have to pay a certain amount, and 60% of that amount goes to the liquidity pool and buys back tokens that it sends back to the community reward and staking pool and burns them. And the good thing with this service is that the token team receives a detailed report of what the community thinks about their fundamentals, and then they can improve and strengthen their project and come back and get rated again. And this is how we can see that KryptView could really bring value both to crypto users, investors, what have you, but also token issuers. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, you're saying the projects can approach you for independent reviews. That's on there, basically, the token teams or devs.
Correct. Because the token pays, and nobody. So basically, the people get double the reward on a research bounty, regardless of what they say. They could say that the project sucks, and they would still get the reward. And this is why we think it's independent. And maybe something that is pretty strong to keep in mind is that us as KryptView, we never ever edit research. We never get paid for research. We never edit research. We never get paid to chill tokens. We never post content. Everything that is on the platform that you saw, for instance, on Sandbox, are independent users using the platform. Their opinion and their own.
Are you going to be able to do research on all the blockchains, all tokens covered? Like, we have sections of like the top 100 market cap, which are maybe safer bets, not so much in this market at the moment, and startups as well. You're going to go across the board?
Correct. So the platform is purely blockchain agnostic. You can research pretty much any token you want on the platform. We currently cover around 17,000 tokens, and we keep on adding more. And we're going to introduce a feature where the community can vote for a listing to still keep, the decentralized spirit. And so basically, we do not discriminate projects. They're all on the platform, and anyone can rate any token that he wants. However, the rating frameworks incorporates by design things that are going to take into account quantitative data to adjust the rating. And let me explain myself. These quantitative data could be the market cap, the volume, and some other momentum metrics, because of course, if I say that Solana is a strong 3, and then I don't know, whatever other token is strong 3, if one token has a 1 billion market cap and the other 5 million, of course you cannot really rate them the same way, if that makes any sense. So to answer your question, all the tokens are accessible regardless of their blockchain. We don't limit the amount of tokens that can be rated by the community. However, things such as the market cap, the volume, and other robustness indicators that are quantitative are taken into account when the platform converts basically a research into a rating.
Okay, I see. Yeah, and going back to the staking, will there be fees for staking and unstaking on the platform?
Sorry, can you say that again? I had a quick cut, Glenn. Sorry for that.
Going back to the staking, will there be fees to stake and unstake on the platform?
So basically, the locking is only it's the mechanism that allows you to enter the platform, that has a 5% tax on it that goes back entirely to the community. And then when it comes to the staking is is only accessible to people who use the platform. So basically who have locked tokens on the platform. And there is a 2% tax on every amount staked on the platform. And that 2% amount that is staked on the platform is entirely burnt. So removed from the circulation.
That's great. And going back to the researchers, I think they had to give like a price point up to a month after they've done the research on a project. And then would that be reviewed every month? Would they update it in the virtual portfolios?
So virtual portfolios are updated weekly. You need to update them weekly to be able to be eligible to rewards. So that's the first point. And when it comes to the research, the way we do it is by the numbers. So let's say you post a research on KryptView the day it's, the day it launches. And then you can come back a week after and just, take the research that you posted, edit some things to reflect, project changes, market changes, and repost. And basically, the platform is going to average out both research to reflect the changes that occur in the project. And also something else that allows this constant change and updating mechanism is that the research is always gonna. So basically, the platform is gonna automatically discard some research from the average calculation when the research becomes too old. And it's going to call you, it's going to tell you, oh, this token has not been updated for a while. Do you want to post a new research on it? And if you post a research on it, you get a bonus reward.
Awesome. And let's go into how investors can get involved. I was reading Q2, you're having a private sale. Is that now, or has that been completed?
So we're going to start announcing the backers on the private sale starting next week. We have very, very, very good players. So what I can tell you is that we have one of the big exchanges that is backing us. We have I think the largest market maker that is backing us, and 2 great VC firms, and potentially someone else that might be a surprise. So that is for the private sale. When it comes to the ICO, the public sale, we'll have a flash sale, a beta sale, and a public sale. All of those are going to occur in September. However, there are going to be a lot of things that you can do in between to get involved in the project and prepare basically prepare your place in the project if you would like to participate. And here, what I can share with you is that we're going to have an Alpha 2 that is going to start on June 20th. and we're going to have a lot of rewards, and basically anyone who would come can test out the platform, post research, etc., and the people who have the highest rank, and we're going to have a lot of rewards. Let me share with you a video that it's going to be a premiere. And if you join our socials that Celine is gonna share with you right now, and join us on Discord, you'll be the first one to know. All of it is going to be posted on Monday. So this is a very premiere. We're only giving this to you before anyone. So let me share with you a video here. Can you see my screen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let me play that for you.
It's playing now.
Oh, okay. So I just been informed that you didn't see the video at all.
No, yeah.
Let me try again. Let me try again.
Yeah.
Here. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Was it better at least or not?
Yeah, much better,
Awesome.
Sammy. Much
Yeah, we
better,
saw that.
yes.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
going back to the virtual portfolios, like you say, you can use a monthly or yearly subscription. I don't know whether we actually went across how much that would cost to subscribe, and then I would be able to look at the top performing virtual portfolios. Will they be in like a prominent place on the website, or will there be an app in the future? I know you're planning a portfolio tracker mechanism in the future as well.
So that is an excellent question. Thank you so much, Glenn. And I see you've read our white paper in detail. So the subscription amount is going to be communicated very soon. So initially, it's going to be only accessible through the locking mechanism. But I can tell you that the subscription amount is going to be anywhere between $15 to $20. With that subscription, if you lock the tokens, you're not concerned at all. If you lock the tokens, you have access to anything you want. With that subscription, you'll be able to access the portfolios, you'll be able to access the research, and very, very soon, we're going to release 3 very exciting things. The first one is a mobile app. The second one is a portfolio tracker. And the third one is going to be the NFT coverage on top of the tokens.
So then, yeah, like I say, lots of investors might just want to follow the top 10 community members with the virtual portfolios, and yeah.
So you can filter out all the portfolios. Basically, you can filter out the portfolio saying, okay, I only want to see the portfolios or people that are elite or masters. You can filter the portfolios by performance on the last 7 days, on the last month, historical. You can, really filter out anything that you like to select which one would you want to follow and to track or replicate or what have you. So yes, of course, we have those functionalities. I don't know if that answers your question.
Great. And I was seeing there was farming on the white paper as well. Is that separate to the staking, or is that just part of the staking feature?
So basically, the smart contract that we use to make staking available is essentially if what we call a farming smart contract. But why we did that is we did it so that the day we want to release farming, which we will, for liquidity, we have the smart contract ready, and it's going to be, easy to deploy. from the get-go, farming is not going to be available, but very soon after launch, we're going to give the possibility to the people holding the token to farm it, and basically put liquidity out and get a reward for that.
Okay, awesome. And then the contract, I think you're planning a CertiK audit, are you, on the smart contracts?
So yes, CertiK has ran an audit on all the smart contracts, not only the tokens, but all the smart contracts that are, the underlying infrastructure of the platform. We're currently implementing all their comments and everything. Nothing was very major, and it's going to be released very soon. Actually, we just need to implement it. But the audit was very, very successful.
And yeah, if we can go into the tokenomics of the KryptView token and the buy and sell tax.
Sorry, I didn't hear that one.
The breakdown of the tokenomics for the KryptView token and the buy and sell tax.
So there is no buy and sell tax. We're not doing that, and that's very simple because the problem with buy and sell tax, it's not really good for two things: interoperability and also CEX integration. Because once you have your token listed on the CEX, your taxes do not run anymore. So it really doesn't matter. When it comes to the tokenomics, so I showed you the 4 pillars with all the taxes that are here, basically. So you have the locking with the 5% tax here, the staking with the 2% tax, as well as the fiat contribution and the research bounties. And when it comes to sorry, let me go back to the beginning of the presentation. When it comes to the initial allocation, what we book for the community, so basically we have a 40% of the allocation, so almost half of it is entirely allocated to the community and the reward system. The team has actually, we've reduced this. It's going to be 8.8 at the end and not 9.4. The advisors 6.6, the marketing 4. We're going to sell 23% actually across 4 rounds. The airdrop and farming reserves are 5.3, and liquidity pool and market making are going to be 4.3. And if you look at this, what we really, really wanted to do is to have almost 70% of the whole token allocation that is entirely dedicated to the community. And we do not want to have, a crazy private sale with VCs dumping or private investors dumping, etc. And the way everyone is locked here, everyone is locked on the long term. So the team is locked for 18 months, and we start only unlocking tokens after 18 months. And it's also a long term for the private investor. So basically, all the retail and the people who are going to participate to the ICO will have all their tokens months before the first private investor starts unlocking their token. And the team, of course, it's like 18 months plus.
With the vesting for the private sale, will they still have access, because they won't be able to send it over to the staking pool for the research and the virtual portfolios?
Sorry, can you say that again?
With the private investors having their tokens locked, so they won't be able to stake them, will they have access to all the platform with KryptView? The virtual portfolio research projects.
So no, the private. So we just locked we just closed the private sale. Those private investors are not, the investment that they put in that private round does not grant them access to the platform, so on and so forth. If they want, because it's not individuals, it's actually companies. So, they're not looking to actually post research. They're looking to use the platform to look at the data. And actually, our platform is very interesting for exchanges, for instance, when they're considering which token to list or not on their platform. But no, the staking mechanisms and the reward mechanisms are actually reserved for the community, and not for larger investors, because we believe that it should stay and remain a community driven project, and we really worked hard to avoid all the dumping and what you usually see in the market, and that is not really pleasant nor fair.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair enough. And so going into the marketing, I know you've mentioned like central exchanges, so you're looking to go to central exchanges quite early in the after the launch, and what's planned around the marketing to promote the platform and the token going forward in the future?
Correct. So that's also an excellent question. So right now we're really working on the project. You'll have an alpha 2. We're trying to improve the project and be, have really a great product and a high value product for our users. So this is what is going to happen in the coming weeks. And then after, when we get closer to the ICO, we're going to launch, a heavier marketing that is going to consist of course, the usual, a lot of external AMAs, partnerships. We're having, an exchange that is going to also help us in this marketing. Maybe an IEO. I'm going to keep the surprise. You're going to have, the traditional kind of influencer, key opinion leader marketing. You're going to have press articles. Actually, we've started already. You can find an interview of the 2 co-founders of KryptView on the Economist impact, and all of that. So we're really going for a multi-channel acquisition strategy that is going to consist of, key opinion leaders, press, Twitter, Google, Facebook, TikTok, video, all the mediums, to basically just really attract the users that are looking for this data. And we really, really believe that there is no similar platform out there. I'm actually, I would love to hear about a platform that is similar to us, but I think we're creating, the very first research to earn model here.
And going back to the virtual portfolio, so will they have a number of tokens that be sort of invested into projects, and then they get a score monthly on that? You'd have like a leaderboard. Wondering how it works.
So basically, the way virtual portfolio works, you as a user, Glenn, for instance, you can post up to 3 virtual portfolios. So you go on the platform, and then you build your portfolio. You say, okay, I want to share with the community three types of portfolios. Maybe one defensive, maybe one aggressive, and maybe let's go wild and call one, meme coins / shit coins. You build all these portfolios. You indicate basically the portfolio, its weight in your portfolio, and then you put all of those in. Once you prepared your portfolio and you're happy with it, you click on share it with the community. Once you click on share, the platform is going to say, okay, on a dollar basis, your portfolio is worth X. Like if today I had to put $100 in your portfolio, this is what I would get. Then it's going to go a week after and look at that value of $100, let's say, or 100, whatever you want. And it's going to see, okay, did it increase by 10%? Did it increase by 20%? Did it increase by 30%? Did it decrease by 10%? So on and so forth. It's not going to only take that information. It's going to look at what the market has done in the meantime. And what the platform is really going to look at is the difference between your performance, the performance of your portfolio, versus the performance of the market. Let's say if I had put $100 in your portfolio versus $100 in, let's say, Bitcoin and Ethereum, where would I have earned the most money? And depending on how much percentage points you're above the market performance, you're going to earn a reward, which kind of incentivizes everyone to share, strategies that they think would be good, that they think would add value. And people can look at them and get inspiration out of that, and so on and so forth. And then when you are looking for portfolio to look, you say, okay, today I don't know what I'm gonna buy. You can go on KryptView and filter out. You say, okay, I want to see the portfolios of people that are master and above, that have a performance of at least 10% over the past week or 20%, and then you can filter out all those portfolios, look and pick which one you like the best.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. You'll have the community talking about hundreds of different projects, top 100 market cap projects. Shitcoins, meme coins. They can have a virtual portfolio, and then researching projects as well to see how safe they are for investors. So, you can build up. Fantasy leagues are like huge. Around
exactly,
the world.
Yeah.
Crypto used to do investor ones, for the stock exchange as well, and they're huge. You could have virtual portfolios there and enter competitions, and so it should be super exciting. Right, let's move on to the team questions. If anyone's got a question for Sam here at KryptView, go ahead.
Yeah, Glenn, I've been listening in. It sounds super exciting, and I do have a few questions. First off, thank you for that video. The thing that popped up for me was the $15,000 rewards, and I'm guessing that'll be for the Alpha 2, for the people that'll participate in reviewing, or how can we get a piece of those rewards?
Correct. Thank you, Akti, for that question. I kind of skipped on it. Okay, so let me explain to you how the reward system in the Alpha 2 is going to work. So, of course, something important to have in mind, during the Alpha 2, the token is not going to be out. So we're not going to be able to, pay you in real time for your research as we would have done when the platform was going to be fully released in September. So we wanted to still incentivize people to come and use the platform. So basically, the way we built our rewards, it's very simple. The more users we have during this alpha, the bigger the reward pool is going to get. So basically, you'll have $15,000 worth of KVTs. It's going to be an airdrop. Part of it is going to be distributed to the top 20 players and also a random draw. You will have to, you'll be able to also earn whitelist spots, some NFTs, some lifetime some NFTs that are going to grant you lifetime access to the platform for the top 10 contributors. There will be KryptView t-shirts to win. There will be 2 Oculus Quests to win also for people who have reached Master or Platinum. 1 iPad Air for people who have reached Master and above. And there will be a big draw if we exceed 2,000 users on the alpha. There will be a big draw. Okay, so Celine is actually telling me that I can't reveal the last reward as it's not official yet. But if you watch the video, you might have seen a monument of maybe a town that kind of give you maybe the big
a capital
draw.
City.
Exactly, a capital city.
I think I saw something.
Yeah, you saw something. So that is going to be the big draw, and basically two people will have that luck and maybe go to that capital city to meet a team, a certain team.
Sounds super exciting. So how can people join the Alpha 2? Will it be open for everybody? Will there be like some prerequisites? How can we get on?
So the Alpha 2 is going to be open to everyone. Right now, it's not possible to register on the Alpha 2. So there is really 2 ways you can do it. If you don't want to miss it out, you can join the Discord right now. Otherwise, if you guys agree with that, as soon as we post the landing page where you can register, maybe you can guys share it with your community on your network and Telegram, and that is going to be on Monday. We can send you the link to that.
Yeah, that would be great. I think a lot of people would jump in at least to see it, if not to go for it and do some reviews. It's super exciting.
Of course. Of course. So that is going to be open. So if that works with you guys, I'll send you the link. We'll send you the link on Monday so that you can share it with all the guys that are here. For those who can't wait, you can just really hop in the Discord, and that will be posted in Premiere on Monday.
Excellent. It sounds super nice, yeah. And going back to the platform, okay, I was just excited about that, but I do have a few questions about the platform too. So, say I have a project, I have a token, I get all the listings, I'm doing okay, and I want to incentivize people to review my project on your platform. Is there a way for me to, I don't know, approach you and say, look, for if people are reviewing this, I'm willing to match your rewards or say triple the rewards or whatever. Is there any way for projects to sort of not necessarily push it in front of people, but to give people a little some form of incentive to review theirs?
Awesome question. Thank you so much, Akti. Of course, and that is the whole research bounty system. The research bounty system allows any project in the DeFi, Web3 sphere, metaverse, what have you, to come on the platform and create what they call a research bounty. And basically, it's a bidding system that we're going to release. Projects will bid on the platform, and the project or the token team that wins the bid automatically will get featured on the platform saying, hey, if you review this project, you gain X2, X3, X4 the reward.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. And
And then on top of that, the great value for projects is that they receive a very detailed report on what the community said and how they can improve.
yeah, and the bidding process is super five-head move, if I may add, because then, of course, maybe at the beginning, maybe not a lot of people would want to put a bounty, but as you get more users and you get more reviews and people see the value, then the competition will be higher for people, trying to incentivize. So that'll just mean more prizes for more people to do more
100%.
research. So it's just snowballs. Yeah, it sounds super exciting. And
we
now.
didn't want to give a price on it, and we wanted to let the people and the tokens give a price on it. And of course, as you say, hopefully the more it gets competitive, the more people are on there, the higher the bid is going to be, and the community is going to benefit from it even more.
Yeah, it's super nice. And then I was also curious. Say I'm an investor. I just want to look at projects, right? I want to use your platform. How powerful is the sorting mechanism? Can I say I want to just see, I don't know, DeFi products that have more than 100 reviews in the past week? Is that an option? Is it super customizable? How can I sort the projects to my needs?
I love your questions. Yes and yes. Basically, you'll be able. We're actually working on the precise sorting mechanism. It's going to come very very easy, but you'll be able to sort. You'll be able to say, I want to look at all the DeFi and lending projects that have a legal structure in, let's say, Europe, with 100 reviews plus, and there are strong too with the docs team that have at least one experience in blockchain. So that's how precise you'll be able to get.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part for people because that's
So
what they do. People like to do technical analysis and all that, and if they have this data to compare to their analysis, they can just go to the past 3 months, say, of a project, do their TA, and then go to your project and see what the sentiment has been in the past 3 months, and then in the past 2 months, and then in the past month, and compare it to others in the
of
same
course,
space. So it's
of course, and the great thing is that if today, let's say today you want to look at projects, let's say you're trading and you only want to look at projects that have a team doxed, there's nothing that can allow you to have that. That's the huge problem here. And KryptView is going to allow you to do that, and it's going to allow you to do that on the team docs, but also on 89 other data points, fundamental. And those data points are only going to grow.
Yeah, it's super exciting, and not just for big projects. I see this working for medium to small size projects as well, because if they're on the platform, they're spreading their wings everywhere, right? And then if you see something that you like there, and it also has a bounty on it, then it means that people are actually putting some money into their marketing and spreading it around more. So you get a better sense of what the team or your favorite project is trying to do. So that's super exciting.
Yep.
Just one
Thank
more
you.
thing from me. I know you're mainly focusing on tokens for now, but have you had I don't know, a look at say NFT markets as well, and how would that be different if you were to add them on the platform?
So basically, the way we built what we call the research wizard, if you remember, it's that tool that allows you to build very structured research on any project you'd like. That we build it in a way that is very scalable, which means that we can adapt that to any other asset class very quickly, including NFTs. Why we have not done it so far, and if people that are in our community are going to probably confirm that, we're very cautious people. When we don't fully understand something, we wait. And basically right now we're studying NFTs and we're trying to get a better sense of what drives the value of an NFT. What kind of use cases are there today for NFTs, but what are also the future use cases? What are basically all the data points that you should be looking at when you're looking at an NFT? And we're working on that, and that it's actually on the roadmap. If you go on our white paper, it's available. We're very transparent on it, and we're building that. And basically, you will have a KryptView NFT. But what I can also tell you is that we're not going to stop to NFTs. We're not going to stop to tokens. We think that collaborative research is the key, is the answer. The intelligence is in the community. It's not in the head of one person. It's not in the head of two persons. It's the head in the brains of a group. And we think that the opinion of one person can be bought. The opinion of the community cannot be bought. It's very hard to buy the opinion of a whole group, except if you do crazy ass propaganda, but whatever. So yes, the answer to your question, short in one sentence, is yes. NFTs are going to be available on that. If you have some insights, well, come work for us, with us.
Right. No, I was just curious because I know that the metrics can be a little different on NFTs than on tokens. They have other drives to them. But
You're right.
It sounds amazing, and you're right. None of us are as good as all of us put together. So if people flock to a hub, to a place where they can exchange ideas and see what others have said, and go in depth, I think it can be super beneficial, not just for investors, but for projects in general, to have this sort of overview. All right, I'll thank you for answering. I'll let Glenn move on to community questions. Thank you.
Of course, any day.
Okay, thanks, Taxi, for the questions. Let's see. Let's move to the community. Venice, you had a question for Sam here at KryptView. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You
thank
there,
you so
Venice?
much, Glenn.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can, of course.
Yeah, okay. So I have been listening to your EMA, and I read your white paper as well. I have a couple of the questions. So here is my first questions. I was curious to know that do you have any plan to provide any plagiarism tool on your platform as well, so it can also prevent people from uploading similar research, or it can prevent research, it can prevent people's research that others can also copy from it and post it from their profile also.
So the way we actually prevent manipulation of data is mainly on consultation. Let's say if you come with your friends and you try to force a research to get validated, it's not going to work because the platform is trained to see if an address is going to systematically validate another address. But when it comes to plagiarism, for us, it's not really a problem, because what is going to happen is that the more a token is researched, the more a token is researched, the lower the reward is going to get. But we think that you need a lot of research on a token, even if it's the same one, if it's similar, it's going to reinforce what we call the consensus. Basically, what matters is that if you have one person that says that this token is strong, it's not the same thing if you have 100 people who say that it's strong. And that's why we don't kind of block that. However, the more a token gets researched, the platform is going to tell you, okay, this token is insanely researched by the community. You're not going to go earn as much as if you go research another token that has not been researched as much so far. And this mechanism kind of solve this problem because, it assumes that people are rational or trying to maximize their profit and maximize the value of their time, and therefore are not going to stay just, copy and post the research over and over again on a single token because of the diminishing returns. Beyond that, there is another mechanism, which is when you post a research on a single token, you cannot do it again for a defined period of time. So you can only post research on another token. And when a week has passed, you can come back and update your research.
Okay,
Does
that's
that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers my question, and it clears all my questions. And so my second question is, do you have any plan to give top ranked researchers any kind of badge for their profile, so people can distinguish between normal researcher and best researchers, so project owners can also, other project owners of different tokens can also approach them to get a review of their project, which might give them some honest reviews and new ideas that can improve the project as well?
Yes. So there will be two systems. There will be a system of ranking where you can go on the profile of a user and see his rank. Basically, if he's a master researcher or a platinum or a bronze, so that you can say, okay, this guy has said that this project is strong, but it's only a bronze, and so it maybe doesn't have the same value as if it was a master or elite. And then you have another system, which is the success system, where on the page of a user, you're going to be able to see his successes. So basically, if this user always has an accurate price prediction, if he always has if he posts very regularly, and so on and so forth, and you'll be able to see badges or kind of tags on his account that say that this user is actually very active, validates a lot, or is very optimistic or pessimistic, so on and so forth. That a lot of data that is going to allow you to understand how someone's mindset when he posts research.
Okay, got it. And I also want to know, will there be any preferences options for the validators so that they can set their profile according to their interest and experience? Like if they are interested in only P2E projects or DAO or Launchpad, they can just set the settings according to it and get notified when a new research is posted on it about these interests they have.
Right now, unfortunately, that functionality is not going to be available, but we plan to integrate more and more functionalities to basically improve the user experience. And this is definitely among the things that we can, implement. And, it's this is related to basically, following stuff, watching stuff, and getting the notifications. And that is definitely in the roadmap if you go through it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And also, will there be any penalty for the researcher which doesn't get any positive feedback always and just uploading any random thing or any random research daily or similar thing daily or any shitty thing as always? So, any kind of penalty will be there or not?
Not during the alpha. However, yes, when the platform is going to be live, basically, if you don't post for a period of time, or if you post bad research and you always get rejected, then your rank is going to decrease. And if your rank decreases, then it's going to become harder for you to post. But you can go up, down, and so on and so forth.
Okay, and one last thing, I also want to clear it up from you that can community members or validators can just report the research if they find it similar to another research, or they can provide the evidence if that research is bad or copied from another contributor or another researcher.
They can straight up reject it, actually. And
Okay,
then,
just
you know, if other
they can.
sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, you know, if the community thinks that it's a plagiarism, or if it's a bad research, or if it's a research that has been copied, then actually that occurred during the first testing phase. They just reject it, plain and solid. So actually, like, if you look at the alpha 1 testing phase metrics, we had 1,300 research posted, and over 300 were actually, like, 300, I think, I don't have the figure right now, 300 were rejected by the community that said that this was either not good enough, was copied, or was inaccurate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm asking too many questions. Just one last quick question. It came into my
No,
mind.
of course, go ahead.
I'm curious to, yeah, I'm curious to know that if some research is hyped by the validators, and all validators, or mostly validators, are accepting it, and they are providing good feedback or positive feedback about the research, and I think it will convince other investors who don't know much about research or technical details about the project. It can convince them to invest in the project. So for giving them any final verdict, so will your researcher will also do some kind of research or give feedback about that project that has got a lot of positive feedbacks as well?
I'm sorry, Venice. Can you do that again? Because it was, I'm not sure I got your question.
Yeah. Okay. I'll repeat my question. I was asking that if someone posts a research and all of the validators are hyped about it and giving positive feedback, and there are very few or no negative feedback, or no one has rejected that research. So I think it can convince other
Okay, I get it.
investors who don't know. Yeah, who don't know much about these technical details or anything about research. It can convince them to invest in the project because researchers has already given a lot of positive feedback. So I was wondering that will you also do any final verdict or any final research from your team for that specific project as well?
So, okay, a lot of questions in yours. The first one is, we do not provide financial advice. We never, ever, KryptView never says that a project is good or not. We never pollute the system. We never manipulate the data. You know, we don't say, okay, this project has a crazy momentum, so you know, you should buy it or not. No, never. However, if a project has an insane amount of validation, let's say it has 80% validation rate instead of 60%, then it automatically gets validated without waiting for the voting period to end. And when a project has a high amount of people posting research and a high amount of people validating the research, what happens is that that token is going to appear in a category within the platform that is called trending, with you know, on fire, and to show the community that, hey, you might want to look at this token because there is a strong momentum on it and a lot of validation research, so on and so forth.
Okay, that was a great answer, and it cleared all my doubts. And thank you so much for answering all my questions. You really have something really great, a project for the community and also for researchers. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you for your questions.
Thank you for the questions, Venice. Yeah, I was just wondering as well, Sam, if you were looking to do a referral program, so to onboard more researchers and people to set up more virtual portfolios after the launch.
There will be a referral program, and basically that referral program is going to allow you to let's say if you're an elite, you'll be able to qualify for basically a program that we call the partner program, where we'll actually, if you're very good on the platform, we're actually going to grant you a status of partner, and you'll be able to post, more detailed research, and that research is going to be actually paid. You're going to be, in real money. It's going to be a partner program. And then there is a referral program for people in general, where they'll get, if they invite people, they'll get either various range of rewards that go from free subscription to the premium offer, so on and so forth. And the way that is going to be able to be, the way that is going to be done on the platform is just, you're going to go on your account, generate a code, and that code is going to be a referral code that you can give out to your friends, and when they enter it, you get the rewards, and so does your friend.
And another question just come to mind, going back to the projects that would like an independent review from KryptView reviewers. I'm wondering what the cost would be to the project, and where the profits from that would go. Would it go back into the KryptView project, like buyback and burns, or marketing, that sort of thing?
Of course, yeah. So let me share with you a slide. When a project wants to get research on his project, like a lot of research, what he can do is simply create this research bounty. Once he creates the research bounty, he needs to bid on a space, and that is on chain. And the price, well, I can't really tell you, because it depends on how many people are bidding. The more people are bidding, the higher the price. The less people are bidding, the lower the price. Whoever wins the bid gets his token listed on the platform, and then all the users of the platform get a notification saying, hey guys, there is this bounty that has just been created on this new project. Go and rate it in an independent form. And then once the project is rated, on the why you would say why people would rate this project in priority, it's very simple, because they would earn more rewards. And then once the period of the bounty is done, we generate a detailed report that we send to the project, and that he can feature on his socials and websites and so on and so forth. And when it comes to the amount of the bid, the price basically that the project is gonna pay for this project, 60% of it is going to interact with the liquidity pool and buy back tokens. 10% is going to be burned, and 50% is going to be sent back to the wallet that pays, to the multisig that pays the rewards to the community. 40% goes to the company, KryptView, and that money is, of course, as it is revenue, it goes to pay marketing, the teams, the tech costs, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm wondering, off the back of that, if projects could partner with you and offer maybe discounts. Some of them lower the buy taxes, so if they got a review, they could maybe offer your community and investors a discount too, if they would like to invest in that particular project. Yeah,
we're very open to partnerships. Please feel free to reach out. We're actually doing that, starting some discussions in that sense with DAOs who want to give access to the platform to their members. We're really open to any collaboration. If you guys have ideas, if you want to work with us, of course, we're always open. You can just, come on our Discord and say, I have this proposal or this proposal, and we reply very quick, generally in a few moments after you come in. And then we can treat your request and sit down in a meeting and put that in place. Yes, of course.
Awesome. Yeah, we can maybe talk about that in the future, because we do have a lot of partnerships at Wellcoin Talk with launch pads, and so that could be an interesting avenue to look at and chat to the team about in the future. But let's go back to community questions. Let's see, Syed, you had a question for Sam at KryptView. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. So I was going through your white paper, and it's mentioned that you will allow token issuers or any ecosystem to integrate a KryptView API to fetch data to their listing page. So can you briefly explain about that and what type of the data will be integrated on the other websites for viewing?
So the data that projects will be able to feature on their platform is basically, a preview of the rating that they have on KryptView, maybe some price information. The API is going to be completely free, and it's basically if you're a project and rated on KryptView, you can say, in a quick API, you're going to be able to show to your community what is your rate on KryptView. And if the people want to have more details, they can just click on the API, go to the website, create an account, so on and so forth.
Understood. So it's also mentioned on your white paper that you have an anti-concentration mechanism set in place to prevent attacks and fake community, along with other mechanisms like staking tokens, locking tokens. I mean, I was wondering that how will this anti-concentration mechanism prevent attacks and fake community? Can you briefly touch that?
Yes, of course. The anti-consultation mechanism is built in a way that prevents users from coming with their friends or communities who come as a whole and basically do kind of an attack on the platform. Let's say you, Syed, come with 10 of your friends and say, okay, right now you're going to post whatever research, you're going to validate whatever research I post. Well, as soon as you're going to do that, the platform is going to say, okay, so these 10 users systematically validate their research. However, that is therefore not an objective validation. And what the platform is going to do is that it's going to slash the weight of your review. Let's say if your vote had a weight of 1, if you systematically review your friends and the platform detects it, the algorithm of the platform detects it, then your weight is going to be slashed to 0.5. And then if you do it again to 0.25 until you have no more weight on the platform. That is reset after a period of time, but basically if the platform feels that if you're doing consultation with your friends, it's going to prevent you from posting on the platform.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that. Over to you, Glenn.
Of course,
the questions,
anytime.
Let's see, Aisha, you had a question for Sam at KryptView. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, I want to know that what tools will you be offering to the contributors or researchers to make their research more accurate and easy? I mean, will you be providing any tools like AI contract scanner, social intelligence tool to analyze data from social networks, and tools to predict price movement of any crypto as well?
So the tools that we provide on the platform, the tools we provide on the platform are all the tools that you can find on platforms such as CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. And what we do not want to do is reinvent things that exist elsewhere. So what we will do in a roadmap is rather partner with projects that can bring useful tools to our community, such as social momentum tools. I don't like price prediction tools because nobody can predict the price. That is a bet. But tools like, let's say, partner with a security audit firm that is going to give you a security audit, and so on and so forth. That is basically what we're going to provide. But the main tool that we provide to our users is the research wizard that guides you in your fundamental research. It's going to ask you a series of questions, and very simply, when you answer those questions, it's automatically going to build a rating for you. And we think that is the most powerful tool that we bring out there, because it allows research to be homogeneous and comparable between each other.
Understood. Okay, on your white paper, it's mentioned about your ambassador program, under which you will be partnered up, or you will partner up with some of leading educational institutions, colleges, and research institutes. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So right now we're actually building a lot of those things, but for instance, that is going to be like we partnered with a research institute in Argentina that is specialized on environmental impact, and they helped us develop the environmental part of the research framework. Um, we recently started discussions with the Economist Impact, and that led to an article, but will maybe lead to other events. Key opinion leaders, that is going to come in September, and the ambassador program. I'm not going to say a lot of things about it, but it's going to be referrals, partner program. The things that I kind of talked about in the previous questions that are going to help people grow the community and serve the community by bringing high quality people on the platform who's going to generate research.
Great. Okay, last question from my side. I want to know that will there be any limit on number of researches a contributor can post per day or in 24 hours? And will there be any limit for validators as well?
Very interesting question. So basically, what is going to happen, as I said, there is no limit of the number of research you can post on the platform if you're going to, do as many research as you want. However, you cannot repost the same research that you has just posted on the token. Basically, if you post a research on a token, now you won't be able to post again for a week on that same token. That is built in to avoid spam.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions.
Of course.
Thank you for your questions, Aisha. Let's see, Western Beast, you had a question for Sam at KryptView. Go ahead.
Right. You actually have a very great project. You're like basically the Swiss Army knife of research. I got to give that to you. You've answered a ton of questions. Most of my questions have.
Did we lose you there, Western Beast?
Yeah, I think
you
so. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
I can.
All right. I was saying that you're basically like the Swiss Army knife of crypto research. So here's my
I guess we'll never know the
question.
end.
You said that a
Okay.
user can select to analyze from 1 to 6 blocks depending on his knowledge of the project or availability. Is there an entrance exam or an entrance test you want to put so that these researchers would pass through this test to verify that, okay, yes, they do have a knowledge on crypto, so that it will add an extra layer of assurance that the research that is being carried out on projects are actually legit? Do you have an entrance test before the researcher actually becomes a researcher on your project?
No. So basically, the way we do this is not through a test, because when you do a test, you're not being inclusive. You're actually saying, okay, only people who are experienced can post on the platform. The way we did it is different. We built this tool that is the research wizard that allows people to post quality research no matter what is their level. It's very easy to do. And then basically, instead of having a test, we have a ranking system that rewards you. Basically, the more you post, the more experience you get, the higher your rank becomes. And that's how basically the platform differentiates between a newbie versus an experienced researcher. And our purpose is not to select who are the best, but rather take everyone up and train everyone And if you're very experienced, then it's fine. The platform is going to work great for you. But if you're learning, maybe the first research is going to get rejected, and then you're going to post again. It's the same. It's the same way as if you're playing a game. Maybe your first game of League of Legends or Valorant, you're going to get wrecked, and the second one a little bit less, so on and so forth. And this is what KryptView is the same as a game. It's gamified research. The first one might not get validated. The second one might get validated. The third one might not get validated. And the more you climb the ranks, you'll see that the easier for you it's going to get to post research and get validated, because you're going to train. And that, with the research wizard, is going to allow you, is going to allow us to bring more value to the people without testing them and preventing them from posting on the platform. Because when you're doing a test, you're essentially leaving on the side a lot of people who actually want to learn, but they just don't have the tools yet.
Wow, that's a very fine workaround around it. Here's my final question. With your time limit of 1 week, a lot can actually happen within 1 week. I have seen skills that were green and then the next thing the project just rock pulled. How often and how quickly will you update the researchers about projects that are being researched on? How quick is your will I say your refresh button on projects that are in the workstation, in the workplace?
So basically, there is an option for anyone on the platform to report a project as a scam if it's a rug pull or if it has been rug pulled. But also, what you have to know is that the way the research framework is built is sanctions very hard projects that are not audited, projects that are basically without a team docs, that do not have an incorporated structure, so on and so forth. So all those elements, basically, what I'm trying to say here is that normally if our rating framework works well, which we think it does, a project that rug pulls is going to be rated junk anyways, and nobody wants to invest in projects or buy projects that are junk.
All right, all right. I think that will be all the questions. I think that will be all the questions on my end. I was trying to remember one that I had, but I think that it just slipped my mind. I really appreciate the project, and I really wish you guys all the best. Over to you, Glenn.
Okay,
Thank
thank you for
you.
your questions, Western Beast. Yeah, I think we've run out of time, unfortunately, today. It's been a pleasure speaking to Sam from KryptView today. It's a really exciting, awesome project for our investors to hear about. But we do say, 1 second, lost my page. we always say for welcome to AMAs are for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice. Do your own research. Check out the website, white paper, and the community socials. They're all in our main chat. But yeah, I'm really excited for KryptView, and thank you very much for coming today, Sam.
Of course, Glenn, I'll send you on Monday the link and the announcement to the Alpha 2, and we'd love you to post it on your network so that, we can follow up on the Alpha 2 and have your users come and try out the platform and get their feedback.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. And then closer maybe to launch, we could have you back for another AMA. That would be great to host you again for our investors. Okay,
sure, of course.
I think we've got spin the wheel now. I think Acti's doing that. We've got 6 spins, $50 each for 6 lucky winners. Are you there, Acti?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sharing my screen here with the wheel, with the participants. Is it coming through? Yeah, you can see it, right? Okay, I'll start shuffling it and spinning it for 6 winners here, $50 each. And as Glenn mentioned, guys, we do have the official links in our main chat. Don't get lost along the way, right? The official website is KryptView.com. You're probably safest just going to the official website, and then you can navigate to the Discord. And I'm sure, an hour and a half is probably not enough to really go super in depth on a project of this magnitude. But if you do have other questions, I'm pretty sure the team is there for you. Like you can just go ask in their socials, and I'm sure they'll clear everything up. And come Monday, I hope you guys will join the Alpha too. and maybe we can post some nice reviews there, see how it all works, discover some gems. I know I'm really excited to try it, to be honest, because you know, there are a lot of tools out there that people use to sort new projects, to see like what's been happening with old projects and all this, but I have not come across something like this, you know, where you can take into account a series of metrics, and it's more than your average, you know, TA, and checking out the community to see how they're doing. It's a little bit more in depth than that, so I can see it as a very very interesting tool for investors, and well, for general crypto aficionados, you know, because they can make a buck or two there if they choose to do some research, you know, and I guess this is what we do every day anyway, right? We go around researching projects, trying to find something exciting. So why not, you know, earn some money for doing that research too? And it can be super lucrative for everybody involved. I love it. Let's see. I think this is the 6th spin. Julia, let me count the IDs here. Make sure I have everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I got 6 IDs here for 6 lucky winners, and we'll post the winners in our chat here later on today, guys. So thank you everybody for coming. It's really been awesome. Thank you for everybody that participated, and thank you to Sam for putting something really really fresh and exciting for our investors here. It really is something new. So thank you very much for coming. Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who participated.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah, I'll send over a copy of the recording to the shared chat, and you can share that with your community. I'll send that into our main chat, and I've sent you a DM over so you can see me, and you can send that over on Monday to my DM, and I can send that into the main chat for investors also.
Of course. Beautiful. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day and wonderful weekend to all.
You too, Sam. Yeah, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye everybody. Cheers.